Well, good afternoon. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays. That's Sole Deo Gloria Replays, coming to you this afternoon with some legends of wrestling. Had to change up my mindset on what and how I'm going to run a federation. I'm still going to run the federation under the name of the Retro Wrestling Federation, but I'm going to kind of change it up because I'm finding I have limitations now with my computer and streaming and videoing with webcam as I'm doing now, and then trying to also show myself or the cards on screen, but also running uh, software that there's just so much lag. And I think it's just my computer's about played out. It's about 8 years old. So I am going to reboot this, and I'm going to do it through the COTG online and play the online version of the game and do it that way. So we are going to have a retro wrestling federation opening night. We're going to have 4 matches, and it's called Retro Live. And it's Retro Live from the oldest Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that is the Bojangles Coliseum. I remember this Coliseum back in my youth. It is a little small arena now, and remember seeing the Globetrotters there, the Harlem Globetrotters, Ringling Brothers, and Barnum and Bailey Circus there, and even catching some high school state playoff games there. So it's a smaller venue, but that's where our weekly tapings, you could say, are going to come from. And so we have Retro Live tonight, and we're going to have some interesting matchups. And that first matchup is going to be a bizarre one at that, as we're going to be looking at Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. versus George the Animal Steele. And as you can see in this image, I love this image from Phil Singer of George Steele and his the ring post cushion, or whatever you call them, going to town and getting ready to eat. But here we are, Bob Orton Jr. against George the Animal Steele. And we're going to take a look at each with Bob Orton. If Orton is wrestling injured, you may substitute smash with cast when +3 and his DQ at 5. We're not going to do that, so that's not going to apply in this match. He does have a finisher of the superplex +2. His pin rating is 3. George the Animal Steele. Roll 1 die. If even, if you hit the asterisk, if it's even, Steele rips open the turnbuckle pad, rubs the stuffing in the opponent's face, and rolls again on level 3 offense. This can happen once per match. All turnbuckle moves increase by a damage of 1, and add 1 to all rolls on the end of the turnbuckle chart for the rest of the match. So that's what we got going on here between these two men. George the Animal Steele, Bob Orton Jr. rolling for initiative. Orton rolls a 1. And it will be George the Animal Steele going on the attack. And he rakes the back of Bob Orton Jr. But Bob Orton Jr. reverses that and tosses George the Animal into the ropes. So Orton tries a big shoulder tackle, but whether it works depends on which wrestler is more powerful. And that will be George the Animal Steele. So George the Animal Steele reverses it, knocking Bob Orton down to the mat, rolling on level 2 offense. He gets Orton into the headlock and rams his head into the turnbuckle. And he's hurt too. George Animal Steele grabs a hold of the mouth of Bob Orton and is stretching his mouth. Hurt too. The Animal picks up Orton for the body slam. Down 3, hurt 3. And it's going to be a pin attempt, early pin attempt by Steele. And he kicks out, but barely, on that roll of 5. That'll be a fatigue token on Bob Orton Jr. as George Animal Steele is taking it to Orton Jr. And he's going to toss him out of the ring. And Orton Jr. crawls helplessly back into the ring to avoid a countout. George Animal rolling on 3, and he tosses him out of the ring once again. As he comes out of the ring, George the Animal following Orton out of the ring. Orton grabs him by the leg, drags him out of the ring, and smashes him into the turnbuckle post. Now Orton Jr. rolling on 3. And it is the superplex. That's a +2 finisher for Bob Orton. So up, he gets the big man and superplex. And with that 4 + 2, that's a roll of 6. And this match is over. Bob Orton Jr. with the quick finish with the superplex. And George the Animal Steele goes down. So that was a quick ending of this first match. As we'll come back to my screen for a second and me. Wow, what a quick flash ending to that match as George the Animal Steele gets hit with a superplex and goes down quickly. So that brings us to our second match. Get set up real quick here. As Bobo Brazil will be coming out. And this should be quite the matchup between these two men, as we're going to see Bobo Brazil against Thesz. Quite the matchup in our second bout. Quite a card tonight that I'm going to be presenting to you one at a time. Bobo Brazil. Let's take a look at his stats. Bobo Brazil has finishing moves at 5 and 6 on level 3 with the Cocoa Butt. No addition, but that's 2 finishers there. Thesz. Thesz has the Thesz press at 5 and the Greco-Roman backdrop, both +2 finishers. And he also has the asterisk on. If you hit that asterisk, roll two dice on 10 to 12. Thesz blocks the opponent's move and hits the Greco-Roman backdrop at a 0 finish. So here we go. Bobo Brazil, who has a pin of 1, against Thesz, who has a pin of 2, but has some great finishers. So this should be an exciting matchup as Bobo Brazil rolls a 4 for initiative, and he will take the initiative. Bobo Brazil starts out with a knee lift, but he does not have the agility as Thesz reverses that, and he will roll up because the turnbuckle 4 Bobo is an A, so he's going to roll up on one. Forearm shot off of a lockup. They lock up, and then he gives him a forearm shiver to the jaw. Hang on. Sorry for the delay. Come here. Come here, Pivot. Come here. I'm having to manage a dog. Move over, Piper. Move. I've got two dogs up here with me. It's a bit of technical difficulty here in the match. So there's forearm shot to the jaw of Bobo Brazil. Brazil just laughs that off and reverses it with the offense of his own on level 2. Gives him a flying drop kick as he standing drop kick. And Thesz is hurt from that drop kick. And he's going to also roll up on one. They both have turnbuckle ratings of A. So it's a test of strength, and Coco does have the power, so he will overpower Thesz. And he is hurt. As Bobo's showing his strength, and he gives him big hammer punches. 3. And that's hurt 2. As Thesz is now taken down and put in a head scissors by Bobo Brazil as he tries to get him into those head scissors. And he does as he's cranking down on the head of Thesz. Now falling elbow. Choice F. He's got a -2 agility, so he won't be doing the agility. Running lariat is a 7. Man, not a very good choice on either one. He's going to go and try to get the running lariat. So this has got to be a roll of 6 or under. And he misses it as Thesz will now go on the offensive himself as he reverses it. He goes to do a double leg pickup slam of Bobo Brazil. Brazil laughs that off, the stronger of the two. He reverses it and body slams, the Bobo body slam of Thesz. He's hurt 2. Again with the Bobo body slam. And now a pin attempt on Thesz. Pin attempt of 2. And it's a roll of 7, but that will add a fatigue to Thesz as Bobo Brazil stays on the offensive. And he will roll up. No, he's going to toss him out of the ring. Let's see what happens. He's going to toss him out of the ring. Bobo grabs Thesz to toss him out of the ring, but Thesz grabs his opponent by the leg. He drags Bobo out and smashes him into the turnbuckle post. And rolling on level 3 offense. And he gets a double wrist lock on Bobo Brazil. He goes down 3. And it's the Greco-Roman backdrop by Thesz, a +2 finisher. So on a roll of 3, this will be over. And it's a roll of 8, but we will add 1 fatigue. And Thesz continues on the offensive. Again, another Greco-Roman backdrop as he hits him with it once again. The roll of 5. And he just kicks out by one as Thesz continues to pressure Bobo Brazil. This time it's a power bomb. He power bombs the big man, gets him up. The strength of Thesz. But it will be a choice D. So he doesn't have an agility rating. So he will go to the kick to the face because he's got -3 power. So it's going to be a kick to the face with the agility at 0. So 9 or better, and this will work. And it does, as Thesz continues to pressure the big man. Now he gets him in a hammerlock, choice C. And he will try the moonsault as Bobo's lying on the ground. And he will hit it. Coming down hard. Now, drop kicks. Down 3. Bobo Brazil is struggling as Thesz continues to pressure. Step over toe hold. 3. Down 3 as Thesz continues. Again, step over toe hold face lock as he's cranking down on the face of Bobo Brazil. And Brazil would leave the ring to evade the pressure being put on by Thesz. And as he leaves the ring, Thesz follows him out, and he grabs Thesz by the leg, drags him out, and rams him into the turnbuckle post. Now reversed by Bobo as he goes on the level 3 offense. And he gives him the bear hug. And it's a hurt too, but we have that asterisk. So roll a 10 and he'll reverse it. Yeah, he does not. So he will continue on 2 offense, will Bobo. It's a big hammer punch, 3. And he will go down. And he'll choose to leave the ring. Trying to get away from the pressure being put on by both these men. In order to meet the referee's count, Thesz crawls back into the ring, and Bobo continues on the onslaught, level 3. He'll roll up on 2. Gets him in the head scissors. Hurt 2. Flying drop kick. This dazed him as we go back up the charts to level 1. And he tosses him into the ropes. As Thesz goes into the ropes, Bobo tries a running clothesline, but so does Thesz, and they both hit the running clotheslines. And Thesz gets up first and goes on level 3 offense. And he gets him in the Thesz press. It's a +2 finisher. And that will do it with that roll of 6. With him at 4 plus the 2 finisher, that makes it 6. And he is done. Thesz has beaten Bobo Brazil with the Thesz press. And that's the second segment of our card. As we're halfway through our card, we'll go to our next match. Our next match being between the Iron Sheik and Manny Fernandez. So I got an itchy eye. So the Iron Sheik, who just passed recently, facing Manny Fernandez. So here we are, Manny Fernandez, Iron Sheik. Who will come out on top? Take a look at the Iron Sheik stats. He has the finisher of the camel clutch, but he also has that loaded boot that is a 3 and add 1 to fatigue. So that could be damaging. And Manny Fernandez. Manny Fernandez finisher will be the Flying Burrito, a +1 finisher. The Sheik's camel clutch is a +2 finisher. So away we go into this next match, rolling for control. Roll a 5 by the Sheik. And he will go on the offensive. The Iron Sheik starts out with a throat chop to Fernandez. Manny. And Fernandez reverses that on level 2 offense. And he scoops up the Sheik and slams him down hard to the mat. Well, hurt 2. Whoops, wrong roll. Ignore that. He gives him a forearm shiver. Manny Fernandez to the Sheik, forearm shiver. Hurt 2. Measured knee drop as he measures up the Sheik as he's on the ground. Drops that knee down to the lower back of the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik up quickly, reverses it. And he clotheslines. He attempts a clothesline, but Fernandez slips the clothesline and gives another measured knee to the Sheik. Hurt 2. Another measured knee drop as he's continued to drive those knees into the lower back of the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik again reverses. And he gives him in the abdominal stretch. That's a hard one to spit out. And he's cranking on it. He does have the power. It's hurt 2. Fernandez is now going to be tossed into the ropes. No, he's going to roll up on 1. And he spits at Fernandez. Oh, the Sheik and that patooey. And it kind of dazes him and confuses Fernandez. And he chokes him on the ropes. Here's Fernandez. And he's hurt 2. And it's a belly-to-belly suplex as Fernandez comes crashing to the ground. And this will be the first pin attempt, rolling for pin. Target is a 3, and it is a 3. So a quick finish by the Sheik, quick belly-to-belly suplex, and Fernandez wind is knocked out of him, blown out of his chest, and it's a quick win by the Iron Sheik. Didn't see that one coming. Boy, that ended abruptly. That ended much quicker than I anticipated. And that will take us to our final match. These have went fairly quickly. This is going to be an interesting matchup. It's going to be Bruiser Brody versus the King, Harley Race. Should be a great matchup between a wild man and a bad man. So our last matchup from this retro live, as we see this matchup between Bruiser Brody and Harley Race. Take a look at their cards. Brody will have the finisher. It's a +3 finisher, that jumping knee drop. So if he hits it, it is bad news. And then with Harley Race, he has a pile driver +2 and a vertical suplex as finishers. But if you decide to attempt a death jump, roll 2 dice on rolls of 2 to 9. Refer to the results on the death jump chart. On rolls of 10 to 12, Harley Race hits a diving headbutt, a +1 finisher. So he could potentially have 3 finishers on his card. Both have a pin rating of 2, and away we go. Rolling for control. Brody with a roll of 4. Race with a roll of 5. Harley Race takes the initiative. Jumping knee smash, 2 if he's got the better agility, and he does not. Brody reverses that and gives hammer punches to Harley Race. Harley Race hurt 2. And he drop kick 2, choice C. You could try a moonsault of 7. He's going to try the moonsault. Bruiser Brody up on the top rope, flipping backwards. Can he hit the moonsault? And he does. Bruiser Brody with the moonsault comes crashing down on Harley Race. Hurt 3, but now that goes back up to hurt 2. I mean, rolling on 3, hurt 2. And as he's got Race reeling, he starts to stomp him in the corner. Race hurt 2. He continues that stomping in the corner. He's stomping on Race. Hurt 2. And he picks Race up, one hand body slam on Harley Race. Race is hurt 2. Now he throws Race into the turnbuckle. As he slings him into the turnbuckle, Brody lifts that big boot and catches Harley Race right in the chin as he comes off that turnbuckle. And he's just dazed because of that hard head of Harley Race. We roll back all the way back up to 1. But Bruiser Brody uses the Brody backbreaker because he has the power, and we are rolling all the way back down to 3 and back up to hurt 2. As Harley Race is a tough man. Choice C on the drop kick. I think this time he's going to roll up on 1. I don't think he's going to attempt to try to hit the moonsault twice in the match. Shoulder tackle. And Race is hurt 2 as Brody is controlling this match so far. And he picks up Harley Race for the vertical suplex. And comes crashing down. First pin attempt. And it's a roll of 11. He kicks out with authority, but that will be 1 fatigue token for Harley Race as Bruiser Brody continues the onslaught. And it's a big boot to the face of Harley Race. Hurt 2. Again with those hammer punches to the face and body of Harley Race. And Harley Race has enough of that, and he reverses and back suplex on the big man, Brody, and he's hurt too. Another back suplex. And now a pin attempt on Brody. And he kicks out barely on 4. But that will add a fatigue. As Race now on the offensive. And he's going to try that death jump. And again, on rolls of 2 to 9, refer to the results on the death jump chart. So let's see what he rolls. We're going to look at that roll. And it's a roll of 7. So we'll look on the death jump chart for Bruiser Brody. And Race hits him with a flying clothesline. And Race rolls on level 3. And he picks him up, and it will be a pile driver, a +2 finisher. And the pile driver comes crashing down, but Brody will kick out. But that will be another fatigue as Race now taking full advantage in this match. And he'll roll up on 2. He will not toss him out of the ring. And he gets him in another back suplex. Hurt 2. As Race has now turned the tide of this match. Another back suplex onto Brody. Down 3. And up he goes again with the pile driver. 2 finisher. And target is a 5, a roll of 8. He does kick out. But barely. Now, Race again. Going to attempt the death jump. Roll a 10 to 12. And he rolls the 10. So we're going to see the diving headbutt. It's a +1 finisher. So let's roll on that finishing move. And that is it with the diving headbutt. Harley Race finishes off Bruiser Brody, leaves him laying in the ring as he pins him for the cover. And Bruiser Brody goes down with a crushing diving headbutt by Harley Race. Brody started out the match well. Started out well, but then all of a sudden the tide turned and out they went. So that was my first foray into a card of 4 matches, and all finished in about 33 minutes, 34 minutes. So it went quickly. But I hope if you come along this, you'll enjoy it. Quite a matchup, quite interesting matches, and quite interesting outcomes. Hope you have a good day wherever you are in your part of the world. Here in North Carolina, all we're getting is rain and more rain. So have a blessed day. Soli Deo Glory.